Do you believe there's only 5 major things that successful people do before 8 a.m. and you don't have to get up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to do it either? My name's Lisa Marie, and for over 20 years, I've been helping people become limitless, live beyond ordinary, to be able to, I'm talking to the high achievers, those action-driven, purpose-driven, maniacs on a mission who are just looking for how they can actually become extraordinary. And I use a powerful fusion of neuroscience, quantum science, and ancient wisdom to help people not only manifest their dreams into reality, but to help them overcome those limiting blocks and those plateaus that they keep hitting. So listen closely. I'm going to tell you 5 things that can literally transform your life forever as a successful morning routine. Little bit of a backstory first. I was sitting in a seminar about 20 years ago with my arms folded at the back of the room near the exit so I could make a quick exit if it wasn't for me. I heard the person on stage at the front of the room saying, if you hate hard work and you don't have any intention to improve your life, this room is not for you. I actually leant forward because I needed to change my life. My life was a train wreck. I was sick. I was broke. I was actually homeless at the time, and I was facing bankruptcy through a very bad second marriage. So I was prepared to do whatever it took to not keep living in that place. Now, you might not be in that place, but you may not be satisfied with your life either. There is just a few things that if you do consistently, you will actually see your life transform in a matter of weeks, months, and well, I've been doing the same thing now for over 20 years, and literally I have had the most incredible dream life. And I'll tell you about that in a moment. But let's get back to the 5 things. So what are the things that rich, happy, successful people do before 8 a.m.? It's actually habits. Right now, you're probably thinking about your habits and they may not be serving you. But I want to give you a few tips right now on, I love reading. And I read via audiobooks because I can get through them quickly. And if I really love the book enough, I will actually buy it. And then I highlight it, I make it messy, and I teach from those principles as well. Just a few of my favorites on success habits. We've got Stephen Covey's 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The next one, oh my gosh, I've read this and I've taught from this so many times. It's Jack Canfield's The Success Principles. There's 67 success principles. If you do one of them, you'll actually start to change your life. The next one, High Performance Habits by Brendon Burchard. I'm covering up his name there. Incredible book. So if you're a high performer and you love structure, that is certainly a book that I would add to your list. The Compound Effect. People go to the gym. I've been in the fitness industry for a very long time, and people go to the gym and they want to push, they want to lift 100 pounds and look really, really cool doing it. And that will probably hurt your body if you're not trained and conditioned to do that. Or you could do 10 by 10 pounds, and then you're actually lifting exactly the same amount of weight, but doing a lot more justice to your body. It's about the total tonnage. And so the compound effect in everything, in saving $1 a day, in eating 1 less cheeseburger a week, in just taking 1 positive step forward in your life, is going to have the cumulative effect. I've left my favorite book till last, and I don't know how many dozens of times I've read it. My great mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, said that when he found something that was worthwhile, he mastered it. And the book is Think and Grow Rich. Look at how old and messy this is. I've read these pages dozens of times. I have listened to the audiobook dozens of times, and I have achieved incredible things because I've followed the principles of it. Napoleon Hill talks about the great secrets in here. I didn't quite get it when I first started reading it. There's an old piece of paper in here that I wrote for 2014 that we will have in our possession our first month of $20,000. We actually achieved that in the August of 2014. So it didn't quite happen on the month, but it happened in the next month. When you actually put things into practice and remain consistent, I'm talking about habits here. Okay. So we've got the habit thing nailed down. What are your habits? What are your habits before 8 a.m.? Is the first thing that you do when your eyes open in the morning, do you actually reach for your cell phone and get on the scroll? Or do you listen to the morning news and listen to all the tragedy and drama and fill your brain with that? Do you stumble down to the kitchen and coffee and a cigarette, or just coffee is your breakfast? What we do consistently, it's who we are. We don't get what we want, we actually get who we are. And so when we look at our current set of habits, it's about what can I do to change them? And I know the 5 to Thrive is going to be transformational in anybody's life if they put 1, 2, 3, and definitely 5 into practice. And it might not happen all at once, but if you start, you're going to make progress. You don't have to be great to start. You just have to start to be great. The 5 to Thrive that I'm going to share with you was shared by my mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, many, many years ago. And I took those on board and I put them into action. And I've been able to teach that to thousands of clients in my business over the last 20 years. And you watch these people literally transform their life. 5 simple habits. So why do it in the morning and why do it before 8 a.m.? First morning brain waves are known as theta waves. When we're in that state, we're at our most relaxed, we're at our most creative, we can actually rewire our programming, our subconscious programming in this state. And what I'm about to share with you is you actually know it already. It's being taught by thousands and thousands and thousands of people online. But what is holding you back? What is stopping you from fulfilling those action steps to transform your life? And it's your programming. It is that subconscious programming, generally that we're not good enough, we're not pretty enough, we're not smart enough, we don't have enough money in the bank, we're just not enough in so many areas of our life. And that is a hidden limiting belief. And it will see results for a little bit, but then because of our internal programming and our internal habits, we will actually come back to that set point. That set point is what keeps people stuck and in a plateau. And we get so frustrated why we can't break through. And I want to tell you, it's not your fault. This was given to you by your upbringing. But now, if you're aware, it is definitely up to you to change. And already you're probably thinking, well, Lisa, I'm so busy already. I don't have time to do anything before I leave for work or get the kids ready for school or whatever it is. But my dear mentor, Mr. Jim Rohn, always said, for things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. You will either find a way or you'll find an excuse, right? Ooh, that hurts. And what a successful morning routine will do, it will help you own your day. It will give you better mental clarity. It will give you more stable physical health and emotional health. It will help you be more productive. It helps you to be more creative and problem solving. So why don't we do it? It's now just a decision, but changing your life should be enough of a reason, right? There are thousands of resources online and you can go and try any of them. But the thing is, it's about being consistent, adapting it, making it work for you, and then just doing it day after day after day after day. Yes, there may be days that you miss, but as long as you come back to this point, I've included in a link below my exact morning routine that I have done for over 20 years now. And what it's allowed me to do is go from $500,000 in debt, facing bankruptcy, to over 20 years, turning over $10 million in my business. I've traveled the world. I have just been blessed with so many beautiful opportunities because I had the shift, I had the discipline, and I never gave up. There is the secret there, my friend. It's never, ever give up. I'm going to give you the 5 to Thrive really quickly. If you download my exact morning success rituals, I go into it in great detail. But the 5 to thrive are the general categories that successful people have as part of their morning routine. The first one is gratitude or prayer. Now, we don't really take the word gratitude very seriously anymore because everybody's chanting it and they're doing it from such a superficial level. But what I can tell you is that I've had so much adversity, so many challenges, so much trauma, so much tragedy in my life that I've had to dig very deep for things to be grateful for. What I've learnt, all of those things have actually been blessings because they have made me the strong, resilient, courageous person I am today. I am so grateful I have water coming out of my faucet. I'm so grateful that I have my eyes to see. I'm grateful I have my ears to hear. I'm grateful I have my arms and legs. I'm grateful I have clothes. I'm grateful I have a bed to sleep on because at one stage I didn't. So we can really dig deep for these things. Number 2 is journaling, visioning, goals. And this has been an integral part of my life for, I'm in my 50s now. Before the age of 10, I started this because I was a competitive swimmer and I had a coach that really instructed us on how to set goals and how to do mind movies. So I've been doing this a very long time. And I have my morning book at the moment. This is a new one, but I've still, every single morning for decades, I go through and I do my journaling and my visioning, which is followed by the next thing. Number 3 is meditation or mindfulness. Practicing to learn to go within and find that stillness is where you can actually create your future. If we don't slow down, if we don't stop being distracted by our environment, start to calm our internal environment, we'll keep getting the same thing. Mindfulness and meditation is not a load of woo. I was exposed to metaphysics through a Kung Fu club when I was 14 years old. That made me learn about Bruce Lee, Master Lee. If you don't know his name, Google him if you're too young. We learned to move chi, internal energy. We learned to meditate, and I was just a teenager. That also has been a very big part of my life, which is, I believe, has been such a blessing and a godsend for me to not allow my past to define my future. And I can say that because as much as I've had an incredible life moving through all the tragedy, on the other hand, my sister never grew out of her darkness. And she committed suicide last October. And there are no words. There are no words for living in constant suffering every single day. I did that for a long time and I decided I'd give it away and choose a better life. We really need to find stillness within because that is where you can actually create your future. We also have to focus on the 4th thing, which is very important, is our physical health. This body will break down like a car on the side of the road if you don't service it. Good nutrition, movement, rest, hydration, all the basic fundamentals of healthy lifestyle. You have to feed your body a good, nutritious breakfast first thing in the morning. It starts your engine, okay? There'll be people who disagree with me, but I've been in holistic health and functional nutrition for over 20 years, as well as business coaching and leadership development. So I've got a big skill set that is what I teach moving forward. You have to move your body. We have very sedentary jobs, most of us these days, or we work from home and we sit at our computer for a long time. We need a dedicated physical exercise component. The final one, number 5, is personal development. If you're not feeding your brain some kind of self-growth mindset information through mentors, personal development audios, podcasts, going online and finding resources, reading books. You're not using your brain to the full capacity. We want to grow, okay? I've listened to hundreds and hundreds of thousands of hours of personal development over the years. You can do it while you're driving in the car. You can do it while you're cooking or food prepping or shopping. You can do it at the gym. You can do it anywhere. Have your ears plugged in. Instead of listening to music, use it as a mobile university. You will literally change your life by listening to personal development and strategies on self-development if you plug in every single day. I want you to know this is so simple, but it ain't easy. It's not easy because you have to be disciplined. You have to be prepared to take action and then never give up. And finally, how do you get motivated to start a success routine? So you've probably started 1 or 2 or 10 or 100 different types of morning routines, right? You're probably nodding in agreement with me there. The most important thing is you're going to say, oh, I've heard all this. Of course you have. But have you followed through? Have you done it consistently and never given up? You wouldn't be watching this if you had. Okay? Rich, happy, successful people don't listen to videos like this. Set clear goals. You really have to have a compelling why you're going to inconvenience yourself and do something different that puts you outside of your comfort zone. Do you literally want to have financial freedom? Well, there's a fair bit of work behind that. And the 1% is like the 1% for a reason, is because they do the things that average people do not do. Visualizing success. Now, you've probably been told this 1,000 times, but I want you to start dreaming again. I want you to dream of where you want to see your life in 10 years' time. And within that, several layers deep will be really your biggest compelling why you want that life. And I think you probably know already. It's so important to track your progress. Every night when I get into bed, I sit down and I have a beautiful gratitude journal that was gifted to me by a friend. And I actually list the good things that happened to me that day. It's not like, yes, I achieved this goal, but I celebrate the good things that happened to me, the things that I actually did. I just write down 3 things, but on a larger scale, I've got this beautiful gold-bound vision book. See, these are like little treasures. These are special moments in here. And every New Year's Eve, I've done this for many years, I write down what I want to achieve for the following year. I have a list. I've got a life bucket list. I then check off what I did the previous year. And like there's some mind-blowing goals there that I've achieved that I had on my list. And it may have been from a couple of years before, but it's like, wow, that's so cool. I've actually achieved that. The brain likes winning. So you give it that dopamine hit, even if it's just a small thing for the day that, hey, you drank your 3 liters of water, or you didn't hit the snooze button, you got out on the first ring. Tracking your progress is where you're going to see the needle move. And finally, if you want to motivate yourself for a successful morning routine, be true to your core values. Have a really deep conversation with yourself about what is important to you in your life and why aren't you doing it? Because when you start to align with your core values, you will also see your life transform. So there's only 5 things to thrive, to transform your life. And this is what successful people do before 8 a.m. It sounds so simple, remember, but not easy to do. So I want to give you my exact morning success ritual guide. It's in the link below. And I actually break down exactly what I do. It's a fillable form, and you can fill your bits in there as well. I hope you get some value out of it, that you can just see, well, if she can do it, so can I. That is the only attitude I had when I first got started. And I totally believe in you. And I really, really hope you find the guide valuable. So download it now and just watch your life transform. Have a beautiful, powerful day.